The final weekend of the summer. Hope you're enjoying it wherever you are as we are off and running on EA Sports.
And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Play action. It's Lawrence.
And that is caught. It's Ridley.
And he's going to be brought down at about the 16.
The defense, they weren't fooled on that post route. They just couldn't make the play.
And the offense definitely tried to fool them because you saw the other route combinations, didn't you? Anything that they were running trying to draw attention away from the deep part of the field, but still had it covered, yet they were able to come up with a nice play.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
Now here's a defensive timeout called by the Chiefs. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Let's go. 8-3. Let's go. He's coming. Double up. Hit it.
On 1st and 10, it's Etienne.
Give them maybe a yard, quite the opposite from the previous big gainer.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
On 2nd and 9, Lawrence
eluding the pressure right. And a quick shuffle pass here is complete.
And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10.
He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense.
Lawrence will throw. He targets Ingram for another grab. And the Jags are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
And in a lot of ways, that catch is expected. Red zone presence, and that one was realized there. You've got to find your tight end in that situation.
Etienne is going backwards as he'll be tackled back at the 4-yard line.
A loss of 2 there, 2nd down.
You talk about closing in a hurry as a safety and run support. Not only did he get a good run in, he gave him a pretty good pop too, and finished off the play behind the line of scrimmage.
Flushed out right. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up 3rd down.
This is where good coaching and execution come into play, because down this close, you absolutely don't want to turn it over. Good job keeping that in mind as he escaped, bought time, and decided throwing it away was his best option.
And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage, back at the 6. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd. Now McManus will line up for the field goal. From the left hash, a chip shot here. The kick by McManus is good. And the Jaguars grab a 3-0 lead.
That was a long, sustained opening drive, but in the end, only able to get 3, the field goal out of it.
And absolutely, you'll take the points and the early leads. You never get those back. But there will be a little bit of disappointment that they didn't punch it in for 6 after that kind of yardage and that kind of drive that they had.
Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Being chased out left. Oh, he's going to air it out right away.
And he's brought down here just outside of the 20.
In our pregame meeting, all they talked about was keeping him hemmed in and wanting him to make his throws from the pocket because they knew he was pretty dangerous if he got outside, and he just showed it right there. Pretty good arm, too.
So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1.
This defense for the Jaguars, terrific last week in the season-opening victory.
I have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw on tape because they stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire game, ended up getting 4 sacks total, and made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield. Also made it hard for him to escape the pocket and run.
On 2nd and 9, Mahomes, and Diggs has it. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. The pickup goes for 13 and sets him up 1st and goal. Now Mahomes. Flush to his right.
The throw for Tony is intercepted. Picked up by Foyesade Oluokun. And the Jags force the turnover. And they'll take over at the 10.
And as we've seen, points have been precious so far, and they just threw some away on that snap. And look, let's face it, as we advance further into this game, that play will be on the minds of everyone who's watching it. They wonder if this is the turning point. Is this the spot where those points were given away and could cost them a ball game?
Escaping the pressure right. And he'll go out of bounds. Looks like right at the 15. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down. Lawrence. This one complete to Christian Kirk.
Lawrence finding Kirk there for the Jaguar first. The Jaguars at 1-0 on the year following the win in Week 1. And they were able to get that road victory in the opener. And now they look to get to 2-0 in front of the home crowd.
And look, any road win in the NFL, that's huge. But when you do it Week 1, that gets you pointed in the right direction and sends notice to the rest of the league that you mean business. But that's not an easy play for a defensive end because most of his responsibility has him getting upfield and working, but how about his vision to see where the play was going, crashed down inside, and tackled him for a loss.
And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27.
The defense was ready for the back to leak out and even had a second player waiting to double him up. If you're going to commit to doubling a back, you better prevent a completion, but give him credit. Extra determination, extra effort, turned it into a successful play.
Oh, it floated on him, and it's intercepted. Well, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
Dancing to his left. Man open, here is Jones. And in for the Chiefs touchdown.
Aaron Jones.
His first touchdown here of the new campaign.
And the Chiefs have answered that early field goal to take a first-quarter lead. Extra point by Butker is on target.
And that makes it a 7-3 lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive.
As the offense comes out here, Charles, maybe perhaps a bit more of a focus on the run game for this drive after tossing an interception on the previous one?
I think that's a good way to look at it and a good way to think about it, but maybe they get to it in a little bit different way, because after you throw an interception, you want to make sure you keep your quarterback's confidence high. So maybe give him a couple easy throws that he can complete and then get to the running game and try and get things settled down.
Yeah, and still in the first half here, a long way to go. Lawrence bringing the Jaguars up 1st and 10.
At their 25-yard line. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Open man right side is Ingram. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
Lawrence now off the bootleg. A quick throw there, going to be batted away and incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down.
Now Lawrence. And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
On 4th down, on is Logan Cook to punt. And the win last week, punted 4 times as this one's away. To return is Roberts, and he'll be just shy of the 20 at the 19 as he goes out of bounds. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. With the football changing hands here, and as this offense takes the field, Charles, they'd be fine with more of the same on this upcoming drive. Last time out, they found the end zone for 6.
And they're certainly hoping for more of the same, but the game plan, I doubt it'll just be a carbon copy of the last drive, because I think this offense is ready to break out some new wrinkles and try some new things that might be hidden in their playbook. They want to use that confidence to its advantage, while also keeping the defense from anticipating what's up next.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Looking to throw is Mahomes. Left side caught by Diggs. And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks, because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
Catch number 4 for him on the afternoon, and it'll give him a 1st down.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Up the middle, Jones. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a 1st.
This is a little bit like baseball here. Strong up the middle. Both sides want to be that. In this case, the offense ended up winning the ultimate battle.
And those big runs between the tackles, that's a little deflating for a defense, isn't it?
It really is, because that's where your strength's supposed to be. You're supposed to be in a spot where they can't make that yardage there. You're supposed to send them outside. Not in this case.
Meanwhile, Mahomes' throw taken in by Diggs. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line.
That's the third time on this drive that these two have connected with each other. They've got a real rapport going. And right now, it's paying off with big chunks of yardage, as shown by that last play.
On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. Eluding the pressure right. And that is caught for the touchdown, Kansas City.
Kadarius Toney.
23 yards for the touchdown. And they are able to add on to their advantage.
So after the disappointment in the opening week loss, Charles, this looks like really a completely different football team.
They sure do, and I think they realize we can't start 0-2. And they're determined to not let it happen by the looks of things here in the early going.
Mahomes will throw for it. They'll roll him out right. And he is into the end zone to bump the lead up 2 more. And with a successful 2-point try, the QB rolling out, I would imagine on the defense that makes it tough. When he goes out, he's got the option to run or pass.
Yeah, it really does. If you decide not to bring extra people or extra pressure, maybe you have to have a spy on the quarterback, someone to account for him, because oftentimes that is the unaccounted for player.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away.
Now Jamal Agnew from his end zone. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, had he opted for the touchback. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And it's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts. They certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
On play action, Lawrence.
Forced out to his left.
And this will be well too low for him to bring in. It's incomplete.
Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure or do they play coverage on this down?
And this offense on 3rd down today, they've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 10.
Now Lawrence.
And Ingram holds it in.
And he will have a Jaguars 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Etienne up the middle.
And some room to roam now.
And he's going to get this down inside the 5 before he's out of bounds. 49 yards rushing for him now. He's only carried the ball 4 times.
So down inside the 5-yard line. I have to say, really just a poor job defensively there.
You're exactly right. As a former defensive back, that was not played well at all. But give credit to the offense and give credit to the guy running the football. He gets it down all the way inside the 5.
The Chiefs quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts. And with that, they're now out of timeouts. And still plenty of time remaining here in this 2nd quarter.